The notification for my uncle's funeral service was the first I'd heard from my family in months. I clicked on the attached will summary while sitting in my cramped office, the smell of stale coffee and printer toner surrounding me. Uncle Robert was technically my only remaining relative, the brother of my late father. For the past 3 years, I had been the one looking after him after his stroke. I had cashed out a small retirement fund to cover his in-home care, managed his appointments, and, most critically, moved $1,500 every month to cover the mortgage and utilities on his seaside condo. The rest of the family, my cousins, Liam and Chloe, lived the kind of busy, important lives that precluded actual help. They sent gift baskets. I sent money. The will was a masterpiece of emotional injury. Everything, the condo, the small trust fund, the vintage watch collection, was split equally between Liam and Chloe. I was not mentioned. Not a thank you, not a token, nothing. I stared at the screen, a quiet, cold fury replacing the exhaustion that had been my constant companion. I wasn't shocked, I was just finally, perfectly clear. My effort had been nothing more than an invisible service fee. I cancelled the standing transfer that very hour. The first frantic text came 3 days later from Chloe. Hey, I just got a notice from the bank, the condo payment bounced. Can you fix it? You know how to access his accounts. No hello. No condolences. Just a panicked assumption that I would continue to manage the invisible scaffolding I built for them. I typed back instantly, the words feeling heavy and true. Not my property. Not my responsibility. The call started shortly after. Liam's voice was sharp. What's going on, Alex? Don't be petty. We're family. Family. The word was a bitter joke. I didn't answer. I put my phone on silent and poured myself a rare drink. The next weekend, at the reading of the will, I showed up dressed in a cheap, unwrinkled suit. Liam and Chloe were already in the condo, chatting loudly about renovations and potential tenants. Alex. There you are, Chloe said, a tight, artificial smile plastered on her face. Listen, we need you to sign some papers for the lawyer. And by the way, the electric bill is overdue. We'll need you to cover that, we can sort out the reimbursement later. The sheer audacity of the demand, made in the home they felt they'd inherited purely through blood, finally broke the last seal of my silence. I didn't raise my voice. I pulled a sleek black binder from my bag and placed it on the pristine glass coffee table. I'm done covering things, I said. I'm done sorting things out. You've inherited a property that is financially solvent only because I personally paid $54,000 of its expenses over the last 3 years, including the monthly mortgage payments. Their chatter stopped. Liam's jaw clenched. You paid the bills, Alex. That's what family does. No, I countered. What I did was invest. I invested my time and my money to protect an asset. An asset that, according to Uncle Robert's will, now belongs entirely to you too. I slid the binder across the table. It contained bank statements, utility receipts, and notarized affidavits detailing every payment I'd made. That binder is a claim for unjust enrichment, I explained, my lawyer's name and contact information printed clearly on the cover page. The property would have been foreclosed on years ago without my payments. You can settle with me for the full amount, or my lawyer can contest the ownership claim. Either way, that $54,000 is coming out of this estate. Liam exploded. This is a disgrace. Are you really going to bleed us over money? I am simply getting reimbursed for the investment I made, I corrected, standing up. Funny, that's exactly what I did for you, quietly, for 3 years. I walked out. 2 weeks later, the $54,000 settlement landed in my account. I used the money as a down payment on a small duplex. I never spoke to them again. I hadn't ruined anything. I had simply presented them with the true cost of their inheritance.